Hi guys, welcome back to Gurutech networking training. So in this video, we're going to do a very interesting topic, which is set to set IPsec VPN on a Cisco adaptive security appliance firewall. So without any further ado, I just let you know that today we're going to do the last part under firewall configuration. And before we may begin, I plead with everyone who is here, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share with friends, let's know what you're thinking on the comment section. So this is going to be a very long video because of the requirements, because to configure IPsec VPN we have to do a lot of things, a lot of configuration actually, and that's why it's going to be a long video. So please bear with me, be patient, and let's do the IPsec VPN configuration together. All right. So without wasting more time, I'll just open our config guide so that we are led the steps that we're going to follow to achieve the objective. So the first step is always to do the network design and beautification. So I'll explain a little bit of this design. The first part is the ISP, not even the ISP. What's the objective here? The objective here is to obtain a secure communication between HQ and the branch network. So you can see on the right, that's a branch. On the left, this is a HQ network. So we want to connect the HQ network to ISP. At the same time, we connect branch network to ISP. Okay, all right, and we implement IPsec VPN between the two firewalls, such that any communication originating from HQ to branch is encrypted and secured, and vice versa, right? Okay, so the device selection. First of all, we're going to choose a router that will act as our ISP router. Okay, in this case, I'll choose 2911 router. Then we go to firewall. So pay close attention on the firewall device selection. Strictly choose 5506-X firewall, 5506. Okay, there are two firewalls here, 5505 and 5506. In this lab, we are going to use 5506. Then let's just assume that this is our LAN now. Okay, this is our LAN inside network on the HQ network, right? So we have the router access switch that connects to computers. Same applies on this side. So here you can just choose any router, okay? But in this case, I'll go with 2911. Cisco switch, just a standard access layer switch, 2960 switch, and the computers, right? Okay, so I'll do the connection very fast every time. So to do the connection, we always start from the device at the top, then you go down, okay? All right. Okay, so we've done the connection. As you can see, we've connected all the devices in the network. So the second step, I'll just go to a notepad, IP addressing to all routers and the host computers. So guys, in this video, actually, we want to start with the routers and the host computers. Then we finally deal with the firewall. We don't want to touch the firewall until we finish everything on the routers and the computers, okay? All right, so let's start IP addressing on the routers. So for example, you can see this router will belong to network, this network, and this network. This router to network, this one, this one. This router, this one, and this one. So let me just demonstrate with this router, okay? So in this case, I'll just use GUI to save time, because we've been using CLI for quite some time now, and I believe you guys are well conversant of the CLI, okay? So let's just use GUI. So gig00 was the first interface that connects to the firewall. Turn it on and configure the IP address there, 10.10.10. Let it take .2, such that just let it take that .1, okay? Such that the file will take .2, okay? All right. Subnet mask class C, not class C actually, but /30 notation, which is VLSM. Okay, all right. So then we go to gig 01. So gig 01, turn it on. Yes, you can see. Then the IP address will be 992.168.10.1, the first one. Okay. All right. So that's done. Then we go to this router. We give it on this side we give it 150.10.1. On this side we give it 150.10.5, the first available IP address. Okay. So I just do it very fast. Okay guys, so I'm going to configure IP addressing on the routers and the computers, and you can see, if you can just explain a simple thing on the computers. The computers will have an IP address that is in the same network with this interface of the router that connects to the switch. Okay, and the IP address of this interface will act as the default gateway of the computers under that LAN. Okay, and the same applies on this side. So ensure that you do the correct IP addressing. Okay, all right. So I believe we're done with that step, which is IP addressing on the routers and the host computer. So third step, OSPF configs on the routers. Good. So guys, this is a very important step. We need to do OSPF configuration on all the routers, okay? Such that this router will advertise this one and this network. This one will advertise this one and this one. Same applies to this one, this one, this one, okay? All right, so let's start with this one. Just a demo. Now we go to CLI because we don't want to do OSPF on the GUI. Okay, just go to CLI. Right, good. So the first step, exit this one, then router OSPF process ID of 10. Okay, then we have to give it a router ID. Router ID. Let's say just say 1.1.1.1. Okay, good. Then it will advertise how many network. The first one is 10.10.10, that one 10.10.10.0. Then the wildcard mask should start notation as a wildcard mask of 0.0.0.3 area 0, just the backbone here. Okay, another network will be the inside one. Okay, this one that connects to the host devices, right? Okay, 1 and 2.168.10.0. the wildcard mask will be 0.255 class C. Good. Exit and do right. So that's the same thing that we do for all other remaining routers. So I did very fast, save time, because these are very big lab. So I'll try to make it fast so that we don't spend a lot of time doing this, right? So on this router, as we said, we're going to advertise this one and this one. Very simple. Good. So guys, basically we've done OSPF configuration on all the routers. Okay, so I believe you've watched that area and I've carefully did the same, right? Okay, so let's go to the second, the next step. I mean, so the next step actually, which is the fourth step, is to do IP addressing on the Cisco ASA Firewall, which is very important. That's why I wanted us to finish everything on the routers, then we move down to the firewall. Okay, the firewall being the last part. Okay, all right. So before that, I'll just do the naming. I'm sorry I didn't do the naming. I'll just do the naming very fast. Okay, just that's just enough. I just want to do the naming for layer 3 devices, which is the routers on the firewalls. Okay, we don't need to do the switches. Good. So we have to do IP addressing on the firewall. Okay, all right. So the first step, I just check on this interface. That's gig 1/2. This is gig 1/1. So I just click on the firewall. I just demonstrate with the one firewall, and then on the other firewall, we just do it very fast, save time. Good. So for the Cisco ASA firewall, just say enable. Then it will ask you for password. There is no password. Just the password is just a blank. Just hit enter. Good. Then just config T. Config T. Yeah. So after config T, we have to enter this interface, which is gig 1/1. So interface gig 1/1. Good. Then no shut, because you can see it's shut down. Now it's up. Then you give it a IP address, which is 100.50.10. Sorry, IP add .2, because you can remember clearly that this one took .1, right? Then the subnet mask will is 255.255.255.252, and you hit enter. Then in a firewall, after giving an interface IP address, there are two parameters that we should set. First of all is the name if, the name of that interface. Then the second one is a security level. So just say name if. This is outside interface, outside, capital letters, okay, outside interface. Good. Then security level. Security level, well, we normally have three zones in a firewall by default, actually. I mean, not by default, but commonly used one. Inside, outside, and the DMZ zone. In this firewall, we are only going to have two zones, the inside and outside. So we don't trust anything coming from outside. So we give it a security level of 0%, 0, okay, good. Then we exit. Then we go to gig 1/2, which is connecting to our inside network. Then no shut. Good. Then name if, give it IP address. IP add to be 10.10.10.2, because this one took .1, okay, 10.10.10.1. So this one should take 10.10.10.2. Subnet mask plus the /30 notation. Okay, good. Then name if. This one is our inside, capital letter. Okay, inside. Security level, we fully trust our inside network 100%. 100. Good. Right. So we're done with the interface setup on that firewall, which is IP addressing. Just write mem to save. Good. So just minimize it. Then you open this other firewall. When you open this other firewall, we just do the same for what we did on the other side. But now here we do it very, very fast to save time, because this is going to be a long video and I don't want to consume a lot of our time. Good. So guys, we've done the interface setup on the two firewalls. Okay, so we've done the IP addressing. Good. So the second thing that we're going to do now, let's open our notepad. We've done the IP addressing on the Cisco ASA Firewall. The second thing, object network plus NAT. Okay, all right. So object network plus NAT. Good. So when I click on this firewall, when I click on that firewall, we need to do object networks plus NAT. Okay, all right. So just say object network to be, let's just say net 1. Good. Yeah. So the subnet that will use this object network should be our inside network, which is 192.168.10.0, because we want NAT to be applied here. Okay. Subnet mask is 255.255.0. Okay. Then we want NAT to be applied from between inside, comma, outside interfaces. Then space, dynamic interface. Good. Exit. Config T. Yeah, so that's how to configure object network plus NAT. So we created an object network named net1, and that object network includes this subnet, which is our inside network. Okay, so the NAT is applied from inside to outside through a dynamic interface. Okay, good. All right, so let's just do the same on this side first. So object network. Good. So guys, I've done the object network plus NAT even on the second firewall, right? Okay, so you can see it's using this subnet, which is the internal network, to be translated using NAT. Okay. All right. So for the sixth step, which is firewall inspection policies. So guys, we want to create firewall inspection policies so that we can allow access to resources, okay, in our network. All right. So we just start with this firewall. So when you go to this firewall, we create rules. For example, in this network, all I want to allow is only ICMP. Okay. So I'm just going to create a rule to allow ICMP, or maybe web. Yeah. So let's just do it. So just say, okay, just create an access. We're going to create inspection policies using access control list. Okay. All right. Access list. Let's just name it res, resource access, res. Okay. To be extended, then permit ICMP, that ICMP from any network to any network. Okay. Good. We just want to a basic inspection policy to allow ICMP from any network to any network. Okay. All right. So we can also allow just the same access control list. Okay. Now, which resource do we allow? We allow TCP. Web is a TCP. TCP from any network to any network. To access which resource equals to port 80. Port 80 is for web. Okay. Or port 443 for HTTPS. Okay. All right. So you can just allow any resource that you want to allow. Okay. But in this case, my main concern was ICMP. I want us to ping. Okay. From HQ to branch. Okay. All right. Then, most importantly, we've created an access control list for our inspection policy. Now we have to bind it to an interface such that when a traffic reaches that interface, these rules applies. Okay. So we just say access group res, the one that we created, res. Okay. Access group res, to get inside which interface? Outside. Good. We're done with the inspection policy on that firewall. Very simple. I'll explain now on the other side. I'll explain on this side also. So when you go on this side, actually, we create access control list. Access list. Let's just say res 1. Okay. Then, and it's an extended. Then permit ICMP from any network to any network. Okay. Yeah. So another resource that we want to apply permit is TCP from any network to any network to access which port? Port 80 and port 443 for HTTPS. So 43. Okay. Now we created the inspection policies on the firewall. Now let's bind them to an interface. Just say access group res 1. It's res 1. We have to be very, very careful, okay, to get inside which interface? Outside. Good. So we created inspection policies on the firewall. Good. On the two firewalls. So the next step actually is to configure OSPF and default static route on the Cisco ASA Firewall. Very important. So I start with the default static route on this firewall. Good. So default static, how do we create default static route? Just say route outside, via the outside interface. Okay. Then default static route is text 0.0.0.0, any IP address with any subnet mask. Okay. To go to, now we tell this firewall that when you receive any IP address with any subnet mask, then forward it to this guy. So this guy will be the IP address of this interface, which is gig 00. So the IP address of gig 00, you can see it's 150.10.1. Okay, so forward everything to 100.50.10.1. Good. We've done default static route. Then now let's do OSPF, because we were doing OSPF and default static route on each file. So for OSPF, we just say router OSPF 10, then the route ID. Very important. Route ID, now make it 1.1.1.7.5.6. Yeah. Okay. Then the network that you will advertise. The first one is 100.50.10.0. Then in firewall, we don't do wildcard mask. We just do the normal subnet mask. Okay. 255.255.255.252 area 0. Good. Then another network is another network, you can see it's 10.10.10.0. 255.255.255. You can see it has formed neighbors with the router. Okay, so let's complete the command. So I'll just interfere with it so that it can say that there is an error. So I'll just make it right one. We're now advertising this network to 10.10.10.0, then slash start notation area 0, and hit enter. Exit and write mem. So it will form neighbors with this router also. Okay. All right. So meanwhile, let's just go on this firewall and do the same. We start with the default static route. We just say route outside, route via outside interface. Okay. Then which IP address? Any IP address with any subnet mask. Okay. To go to this guy here, which is the IP address of this interface. Gig 01, you can see it's 150.10.5. Okay, so go to 100.50.10.5. Yeah. So now let's do OSPF router OSPF 10 route ID. Route ID to be 1.1.1.7 now. Yeah. So network, the first network you're going to advertise, it's 150.10.4. 150.10.4. 255.255.252 area 0. The second network is 10.10.10.4. So I just change it to 10.10.10.10. Yes, 10.10.10.4. Exit and write mem. So it will form neighbors with the two routers. Okay. All right. So I'll just go to this. It has formed two neighbors. You can see 1112 and 11111. Okay. That's okay. As long as it is formed neighbors, then that's all what we want. All what that we wanted. Okay. All right. So that's okay. Good. So let's go to the second, the next step, which is test end-to-end communication. Remember, we've configured IP addressing on these devices. We've configured routing protocols on these devices. And we've also configured inspection policies on the firewall, okay, to allow access to some resources, which are ICMP and port 8 and port 443. Okay. All right. So let's try to ping. I'll try to ping. Let's just pick IP address of this one, which is 192.168.20.10. So I'll try to ping 20.10 here. Ping 192.168.20.10. So just give it some time. When it fails, I just close this packet tracer and open again. Oh, it's pinging. So that's all I wanted. So let's try to ping .20. .20 now is the IP address next to that same computer. Yeah, so that's all we wanted. So also let's try from this side. hosts to this side. So these IP address you can see 10.20. So let's try from 20. I want to ping the other computer. If I can just say pconfig, yeah, you can see it's 20.10. So I want to ping 10.20, which is on the other HQ network. Okay, 10.20. So as long as it pings, then that's all we wanted. Now we can proceed to the next. Oh, that's all. Good. So so we now go to our main discussion today. All that we are doing was just for your benefit, so that you can understand how to configure a network with the firewall. Okay. Yeah. So our discussion today was IPsec VPN. So all of these steps are just steps along the way, but our main discussion was this one. So I'm so happy that you guys have learned a lot regarding the 8 steps. Okay, now you can be able to configure a network with a firewall and allow certain resources to be accessed by the hosts or the systems. Yeah, good. All right, so step 9, configure set to set IPsec VPN on the firewall. Very important. IPsec VPN. Guys, to configure IPsec VPN involves a lot of steps. So I'll narrow down to this one. So I'll just expand this a little bit. And yes, so to configure IPsec VPN, the first thing that we're going to do, actually is let's just mark. I want that whole thing. Yeah. Then fill color. Yeah, let's just take which color can we use to indicate IPsec VPN? No, I don't want that color. Blue, no. Yep. So I just wanted to mark that area with that background color to indicate that we're going to establish a secure tunnel between the two firewalls. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our notepad. The first step to configure IPsec VPN is always to create what's called crypto. We just create what's called crypto. What is it called? I think it's crypto IKV Internet Key Exchange version 1. Yes, policy. Yeah. So you're going to create what's called Internet Key Exchange version 1. Yeah. So we're going to create it in a firewall. So to create it in a firewall, it's very, very simple. Just go on this file. The first step, actually, we're going to do, you create crypto EK version 1 policy. So let's create crypto EK version 1 policy. I normally call it EK. IK. Some people call it IK, but me, I call it EK. Just a simple pronunciation. Yeah. So to create crypto EK version 1, just create just say crypto, just simple command crypto, then just specify that this is EK version 1. Okay, then it was a policy, you give it a policy number. I'll just use policy number 10. Okay, and hit enter. Then after specifying the policy number, now you just say hash. I want it to use hash to be SHA, hashing algorithm SHA. Okay, good. And then under the policy number 10, we specify that this authentication to be pre-shared key. Pre-shared key means that we have a predefined keys that we share with the two firewalls. So the same key that will be used on this firewall will be used on the other firewall. We just say authentication to append via pre-shared key. Okay, good. Then pre-shared key, we normally use several algorithms. So for example, Diffie-Hellman. Diffie-Hellman is an algorithm for pre-shared key. Then Diffie-Hellman, we normally specify the group. So the group 2 of the Diffie-Hellman. Okay, all right. Then we can just specify that the lifetime of this key, lifetime, now we specify the lifetime of this key to be, what can I say? Even 84, 86,400, yeah, minutes. Okay, all right, good. Then now finally let's do what's called encryption. Encryption, you're going to use what's called 3 days. 3 days encryption algorithm. Good. Exit. So guys, basically what we did first was the first step, as I said, create crypto EK version 1 policy. So under that crypto EK version 1 policy, we specify the hashing algorithm. We specify the method of authentication, which is going to be pre-shared keys. Then the VLAN that will facilitate that authentication will use group 2. Key lifetime 86,400. Then encryption algorithm, which is very, very important, to be 3 days. Good. So now we go to the second step of IPsec VPN creation. So the second step now will be what is it called? Let me try to remember. We need to create a channel, actually, a channel group to specify the pre-shared key. Channel group to specify the pre-shared key. To prefer pre-shared key, yeah. We will need now to create a channel group here to specify the pre-shared key. Okay, all right. So remember we said that we are going to use a certain key. Okay, now let's specify it. So step 2 now. We are now in step 2 of IPsec VPN configuration on the firewall. Okay, good. So we just say channel group, channel group, channel group. Here now it's very interesting. Everything that we're doing here should be the same on the other side. I'm sorry I didn't mention that at the start. Everything that we're doing here should be the same on the other firewall so that they can form peers, so that then they can be friends. Okay, channel group now. Now when you specify the channel group here, we now use the IP address of the other firewall. So the traffic will be going this way, then first lands on this interface. So this interface here, it has IP address of 150.10.6. So tunnel group that one, let's just use IP address tunnel group 150.10.6. Okay, right? Then type to be IP IPsec L2L. Okay, good. Then you just hit enter. Warning, this one L2L channel group that have name which are not peer-based are only used if the channel authentication method is digital certificate or peer is configured to use aggressive mode. So don't worry about that one. Now let's go on. We've specified the channel group. Okay, good. Now let's go on. The second thing that now we do under the channel group here, okay, is we specify the pre-shared key in the channel group. So the first thing we just say is channel group, just channel group that one, channel group that one. Then we just say IPsec attributes, actually. Yes, IPsec attributes. So now let's specify the pre-shared key. We just say pre-shared key. Pre-shared key. No. EK version 1 pre-shared key. To be, which key can we use? Anything, and make sure everything that we're doing here is the same on the other side. I just use Cisco. I love using Cisco as the passwords. Okay, good. Then exit. Good. All right. So step 2 is done. Step 2 is done. Channel group to specify pre-shared key. Good. So step 3 actually is to create what's called a transform set. Create IPsec transform set. Yes. So when you're going to create IPsec transform set, actually, you're going to use several encryption and hashing algorithm. So let me just show you. It's just a very simple command. Just one command, and you're done with the IPsec transform set. So the command that we're going to use is just going to use crypto IPsec EK version 1, EK version 1. Then it specify the transform set to be let's give it a name. Let's give it a name because we wanted to specify transform set. T-set. Let's just give it a name as T-set. Okay, good. Then SSP hyphen 3 days internet what encryption. ESP stands for I think I've forgotten that one. Let's just proceed. Then ESP again for ESP for hashing algorithm now. Good. Then we just hit enter. So this is the only one command that we use under transform creating to create transforms. Okay, good. Well, IPsec VPN is normally challenging, and sometimes I normally refer to some resources. Okay, good. All right. So the fourth step now, after we've created the transform set, now we do what's called we specify what's called traffic in interest using access control list. So here we're going to create an access control list to specify which traffic we want to allow. We want to we want the VPN to take effect. Okay, all right. So this is very simple, actually, very simple. We just create an access control list ACL to identify traffic of interest. Well, in this setup here, we only interested with this traffic and this one. Anything going from this one, or this one to this one should be encrypted. So these are the traffic of interest. Okay, good. So that's very simple. That's very simple. We just create an access control list. Just say access list. Let's name it VPN ACL. Okay. Then permit. Let's query. Yes, permit this network, which is 192.168.10.0 255.255.255.0 to this network. Okay, 192.168.20.0 255.255.255.0. Okay, yeah. So we want to permit any traffic from this side to this side. So any traffic that matches this description here should have the IPsec VPN rule applied. Okay, good. Just hit enter. Sorry, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, I can see where the problem is. Permit IP. Good. Permit IP. Sorry. Yes. Good. So that's done. And then we go to the fifth step, which is to create a crypto map. Okay. So we go to the fifth step, which is to create a crypto map. Create crypto map. Crypto map. Yes. So to create a crypto map, guys, actually, let's just go to the firewall. To create a crypto map, it's going to create a particular VPN access list, transform list, and a peer IP, which is very important, very important in this case. So let's just do crypto map. To do crypto map, I'm just going to say crypto map, crypto. crypto map, then I give it a name. Let's just say CMAP. Okay, then it should bind to the access control, the crypto policy that we created. We created a policy number 10. You can remember clearly. Okay, right. Yeah, you created a policy number 10. Yeah, so we set peer. You remember the peer. The peer I said is the peer address of this file, this interface. Okay, which was 10 and 100, which was 100.50.10.6. Yeah, that is the peer. That's a peer. Good. And then we just hit enter. Yeah. So out of this one now, we just say also crypto map, the same one, CMAP. Okay, CMAP with the policy number 10. Good. Policy number 10. Then set EK version 1, EK version 1 transform set. You can remember the transform set that we set. It was called T set. Yeah, just step by step. Good. So the first one was to create the crypto map and set the peer. Create the crypto map, bind it to the policy that we created, and set the peer. The second one, create the crypto map, bind to the crypto policy that we created, and bind to the transform set that we did. Now let's do for the VPN access. Access controls that we just created. Just say the same thing. Just say crypto map CMAP 10. Then to match which address? Match address. Which address? It is VPN ACL. Okay. The VPN ACL contains this entry. Okay. Yeah. So we just say VPN ACL, and we just hit enter. Good. So we're done with the fifth step. Now let's go to sixth step. The sixth step actually is to do what's called, we enable EK version 1. We just enable EK version 1 and we apply a crypto map on the interface. Crypto map on the interface. Yeah. So you're going to enable EK version 1 and apply a crypto map on the interface. Actually, this is the last configuration that we're going to do on this firewall, so that we move on the other firewall and do the same. So here actually, it's very, very simple. We just say crypto map. Which one? CMAP that we just created. Okay. To apply in which interface? Outside. Whenever traffic is leaving, that policy or that kind of parameter should take effect. Okay, outside. Yes. Good. Now let's enable EK version 1 on the outside interface. So we just say crypto EK version 1 enable on the outside interface. Okay, now you can just do that command again. Yeah, no problem. Warning, crypto map as incomplete configs entries. Don't worry, that's all. Then just write a mem. Well, this was a very long configuration, guys, and I believe I tried to do it step by step so that you understand. And now what I'll do, I'll just go on this firewall and do it very, very fast to save time. So I believe you should watch it on the first firewall, because it takes time, and I don't want this video to take more than 50 minutes actually. So the first step, I do it very, very fast, save time. Good. So, guys, basically, we have completed the configuration of IPsec VPN on the two firewalls. So, the next step is just to test communication and show encryption. So, I'll just go to this firewall and do this. Show crypto and show crypto IPsec security association. Yeah. So you can see there are no IPsec SARs because we've not initiated the traffic. So now let's try to initiate traffic from HQ to branch. Even if you can just go here and just say and show crypto IPsec security association, there are no SAR. So, or you can just say show crypto ISACAMAP SAR. Yeah, there are no EK version 1, there's no EK version 2 SARs. Even on this side, show crypto ISACAMAP SAR, nothing. So now let's try to initiate traffic from that side to the other side. I just try to ping again. And let's just give it some time. It will take time because of encryption. Okay. So if it doesn't work, it's working now. Yeah. So when you go here and do the first command or the second command, you will see something. So the first command, crypto, show crypto IPsec SAR. Wow. You see, there are now some packets encrypted, encapsulated, encrypted, decapsulated, encrypted. Okay, good. Yeah. So if you can just try to ping again, you can see the number increases. The number will increases. Yeah, the number of encrypted packets will increase actually. So let's do it again. See, now it's 7. Good. Yes. So let's just now show the ISACAMAP now. So show crypto ISACAMAP security association. Good. Now here we can now see which firewalls participate in this VPN formation. You can see the PI is 150.10.6, which is this firewall here. Okay, and the role here is initiator. Okay, so this firewall is the one who has initiated the traffic. Okay, good. So let's just show crypto map IPsec map. I mean IPsec SAR. You can see the traffic here is 7. Same applies here. Yeah. So IPsec map. So you can see the peer is that one. The role is respond. Good, because the traffic was initiated from this side. Guys, basically, I believe this video has really helped you know how to configure IPsec VPN on a Cisco ASA Firewall, and I'll mark that as done. So guys, we've successfully completed the series of training under Gurutech networking training. Okay, recap. Okay, so I believe this video has really helped you a lot know how to configure IPsec VPN on a Cisco firewall. Suppose you like this video, please support me. Don't leave here without subscribing, liking this video, writing a comment below. Okay, and please share with friends so that they can also benefit from this very good video. Thank you so much, and let's meet again when you're going to do other topics. Okay, bye bye and see you. Thank you.